truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free.
Hey, man, say, man, y'all know who it is, man. It's your player partner, the King, man. King Ed the Third, man. Coming through to talk to y'all. See if we can have a decent conversation today. See if we can come up with some solutions. As y'all see the title, will women accept the facts? Do women accept data and statistics? Is anybody going to be held accountable? Is there somebody at fault? Do we have anybody to blame and to help correct? Now, blaming is just one thing, but being able to figure and pinpoint where the problem is and what we can fix is what we want to talk about. What is the solution to this madness? See, in my opinion, if 80% of kids are only been raised by their mothers primarily, and we see damn near 90% of the kids in disarray, who's at fault? There has to be a fault. There has to be accountability, because if you take your car to the shop and they don't fix it right, and you got a Chevy, and they say, oh no, Ford is on strike right now, so because Ford is on strike, Chevy has an issue. What? Women are raising the kids. The kids are out of control. So we're going to say the dads are responsible. Y'all tell me one business that is a Fortune 500 company and they only basically got 36 hours a week and they're booming. What do I mean? Most dads is weekend dads by law. That's how they structure it. So you drop the kid off Friday at 6. You got them all day Saturday, and you got to drop them off Sunday at 6. How much time do you have to make an impact on this child? What kind of influence can you have on this child? Because all if you doing is disciplining, they don't want to come over. So you got to be showing love at this point. You got to be able to impart some sort of structure. But what are you really able to do in 36 to 48 hours with a child? And most people got every other weekend. So if your business is opened up every other weekend for 48 hours, how much money can you really make? How profitable can you be? What can we really do in 48 hours as a man if that's by law what it is, if we're dealing with bitter women? Now, mind you, where I will say men got to be accountable at is choosing the women that they sleep with better. Doing a synopsis on these women, doing a background check. What is her mother like? My key bar is whatever her mother is like and her mother is tight, that's what she's going to be like. If she come from a single household, it's a 62% chance that she's going to raise single kids. Where are we at? Why are we not focusing on the problem? Why are we focusing on, oh, men ain't nothing? If men are nothing, how do we keep having kids, and how do y'all keep making the same mistake over and over and over and over and over again? Because there's millions of kids being born every year. Why is it the man's fault when it's the women raising the children? How many women have went to court and said, no, I want my child to live with his father. He needs to have some structure. Most women are bitter. They keep their kids away from the father because it didn't work out between them. And you know why most of the time it don't work out? Because women don't want to follow instructions. Everything is, you're trying to control me. You know what? I've come to the conclusion. You're exactly right, man. You are exactly right. I am trying to control this situation. Just think about this. What do you do when you drive a car? You control it. What do you do when you have a piece of property and you're the owner of it? You control it. Is it to control the car for the purpose of putting it down? Is it the purpose of controlling a piece of property to put it down? No, we're trying to make it work the best. If I'm controlling a car on the highway, I'm trying not to hit no other cars. I'm trying not to hit no potholes. I'm making sure I stay in my lane and get to my destination safe, so I have to be in control. If I'm running the business and I'm the owner, yes, I'm going to be in control. I have to make sure that I weed out the bad and keep in the good. So we're at a sad space before we start this show. As we are engaging, we're at a sad space in our community. It ain't even funny no more. It's not funny no more. Our kids are dying. Our young ladies are being whores. There's not a whole lot of productivity. And I really see why people who get money get away from people who don't got it. Before I bring on my guest tonight, I was just talking to somebody who is in their mid-30s. And they were telling me what they should do with business and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, and I'm trying to give them some game, right? So I said, hey, is you going to listen to me or do you want me to listen to you? Because why would I listen to you? And this is no disrespect to people who ain't, up. Why are you people who are poor when niggas come to y'all and tell y'all what to do that y'all don't listen? Why are y'all giving y'all opinion to a person who is at where you want to be at? Oh, no, this is what I want to do with my life. That's fine. First, you got to lay a foundation. You know what foundations are? They're universal. You got to have a foundation. Y'all are trying to build the first, second, 84th floor before y'all even get the foundation. Anybody who's successful in business is not trying to tell you what to do in life. They're trying to tell you how to lay a foundation. They're asking you how many floors you want to go up. 10? Oh, you only got to go this far down. You want to do 85? Oh, you got to go down about 20 stories. They're going to give you the game on the foundation. Every business has a foundation. They have an accountant. They have a lawyer. They have a manager, a general manager, employees, a social media marketing team. All of these things, whether it's a restaurant, all of those things still take place. Whether it's a trucking company, all of those things still take place. If you're running an empire of hair and you have multiple locations, all of those things still take place. So when you're talking to someone who has the game to give you and you start telling them what you think, that's where we have a problem at. That's where we have a disconnect. And I don't feel sorry for folk who don't listen, because this person was telling me what they thinking. I'm like, listen, man, you got to start with the basics, with the foundation. You have to go off of facts and data. Nobody can start a business just off of their feelings. Oh, I feel like this. That's a good thing. That's passion. But at some point, you're going to have to take the facts and data of how does this work? What is the chances of this winning? And you can use God all you want. But God tell us all the time, know the state of thy flocks. So to tie it all in, knowing the state of thy flocks, knowing the state of our community, of our kids, of this epidemic that we're going through that's worse than crack, what is the solution? Is anybody going to listen to facts? Is there any business that can survive and 80% of the time they're losing? How are you a winner? Which ties me into women. Y'all are raising all of the kids, for the majority part, by yourselves. Y'all not listening to no man whatsoever. What on God's green earth will y'all continue to do the same thing and think that y'all got the answers and think that the kids should be with y'all? So starting with the first data. Kids raised in a single parent household, just with their father, has the same statistics as been raised in a 2-parent household. That's just been raised with your daddy. You're more likely to come out as successful as if your mama and daddy was there. If you're just raised by your mother, the numbers plummet to damn near 70% of everything bad. That means 70% chance she's going to be a stripper or a hoe. It's an 80% chance that your son is going to jail. Homosexuality plays a role. It's 60% that they could fall into that lifestyle. Most of them are on drugs, mental health and all of these things. So women, if y'all just look at the numbers and say, it's over a 50% chance that my kid gonna come up messed up if he just lives with me. Or if he just lives with me and go to his father every other weekend, he's still going to be messed up, or she's still going to be messed up. Why are y'all still trying to keep the kids? Why are y'all not saying, hey, let's give this kid to this man, or hey, let me shut up, swallow my pride, and tell this man you need to see this kid more than every other weekend. Maybe he need to go to school from your house and I'll pick him up from school and drop him off to school, and it'll go and spend a night with you and I get to see him. Some sort of solution we got to come up with. This is not working. It's no longer funny. It's no longer cute. It is ruining our community, and everything that Dr. King is worked for is looking real bad. Yes, I can say I got a lot of money. That's not going to help my family because I'm not giving it all away. You know why? Because it'd be the same situation tomorrow. If I don't educate my people, there's nothing you could do. For lack of knowledge, people perish. But tonight, we got special guests in the building. I got a blood relative straight out of Columbus, Ohio, survived the trenches, survived the crack epidemic, the heroin epidemic, been on her own since 16 years old, been through the struggles, been through the ups and downs of life, connected with God, understand what's going on, still figuring out what's going on, and who has dedicated her life for people not to have to go through the same thing as she went through. So now she's opening up a facility to help the youth out, that they will be able to understand what life is about and give them some guidance. Y'all give it up for Siobhan Ingram. Yes, sir. Also, tonight, I got my favorite player partner, man. Listen, this is my favorite player partner. Don't get to see him often, talk to him a lot. The only man I'm on the phone with hours, pause. But we talking real game. We putting each other on education. We talk relationships. I call him Mr. Accountable. He's accountable to all of his actions that he has done. He has a crazy story. Both of these people grew up with both parents on drugs, heavy drugs, and still was able to climb their way out the mud. I had the privilege of him being able to help me run my business. He now runs his own businesses. He's now successful. He's now married. He is now saying, bro, I am responsible. The people that you are talking about, the women who are damaged, I damaged them. I'm a part of damaging women. And now I have daughters. I have to fix it. I have to make it right. And both of these people are important. Y'all give it up for Israel Bass. So I want to start it off, man. I know y'all can hear me. I want to start it off with Siobhan, then I want Izzy to jump in. Knowing the facts and knowing what I heard, cuz, can you please tell me what is the solution to our community if all the women is raising the kids and most of the kids is going bad, and you been a single mother or two with two baby fathers? What is the solution, cuz? You tapped in? You there, cuz? Make sure we up. Boonopolis. Izzy, y'all can hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, Mr. Accountable, we'll let Boonopolis jump in. I think she hung up on an accident. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I didn't add her in. Hold on. Boonopolis, you there? Boo.
Hello?
My bad. You missed the whole introduction. Dang, I ain't even have you in
I was
there.
like, I know you said you was calling your people, but I'm like, that must have got deep. I'm still at home.
So let me recap it. I'm gonna make it real simple. So I go through this whole spiel of the facts of women raising kids. Dang, you should have heard this. I go through the whole spiel.
I was about to text you too. I was like, well, he said he gonna take over.
I forgot the three-way you in. So what I talked about basically is the facts, cuz I introduced you. You know, been through the struggle. Both of y'all parents, so my man Izzy was on the phone. Both of y'all parents was on drugs heavy. Both of y'all climbed your way out of the struggle. Izzy used to work with me in my business and my moving company. The best person I had working for me, period, to date.
Okay.
Izzy fly, Izzy handle business, but Izzy take accountability and says that he's a part of breaking women down and dragging women through the mud, and now he's taking the accountability. He calls me and I laugh, but I know it's not funny, but I can't do nothing but laugh. He's like, listen, I got daughters now. They're finna be, dealing with guys like me, so it's serious now. And I get him, and he's trying to right his wrongs by doing right. And I introduced her and just let him know that, hey, cuz come from the mud. Both her parents was on drugs. Lost her mother early. Father was on drugs. Learned her way. Got two kids, two baby fathers, but now she's opening up a facility in the process of trying to help the kids. And so my biggest statement tonight was 80% of our kids in our community is being raised by single mothers. It's no longer funny. It's no longer cute. It's a lot of damage going on. If 80% of the kids are being raised in single mother households and 90% of these kids are terrible, are we going to hold the women accountable? Because most women are only letting their kids go see their dad on the weekend. And as we discussed earlier, I don't know what we can do in 48 hours with a child every weekend or every other weekend to have a big impact. So where I'm at now with the show is, what is the solution for single mothers to do if they know it's an 80% chance that their son is going to jail or be homosexual? That's the man or the little girl. 60% of women, if they're born in a single mother household, they're gonna be a single mother, and it's an 85% chance that your little boy is going to jail if they're in a single mother household. But just with the father by himself being a single father, it's the same statistics as being raised in a 2-parent households. So tonight's episode is all about facts. If being raised with the father, it's the same facts as being raised in a 2-parent household, and being raised just with a mother, the percentages plummet. And they did a study. This is my last point. They did a study and they asked how much worse, and that's what they said, how much worse, how badder do kids act just with their mother than with anybody else? And they was going up to, like, people were saying 60, 70, 100. Kids act, this is a statistical fact, and y'all can pull it up. Kids act 800 times worse around their mother than they act around anybody else. Their uncle, their father, anybody else. Just being around their mother, they act 800 times worse. So why do women just say, I need to keep my kid, versus encouraging a relationship between the man and the woman? You've already had a kid by this nigga. If he want to stay with you, why not stay knowing that your kids is probably going to turn out bad? I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to let you jump in. Go ahead. I'm going to listen.
Okay, so what am I answering first? I mean,
anything you want. I'm saying what is the solution to this single family household of our black women raising the kids and their kids are going down the toilet? Why not let the kids go be with their father, or why not stay with their father? That's two questions. I mean, that's two solutions. Or third, what is your solution to this problem? Because it was never like this before.
Okay, first of all, hello, Izzy. What's it called? What's your name?
Izzy.
Israel, yeah, Izzy, yeah. How you
Izzy,
doing?
well, since we wasn't, introduced the right way, since we're going to get engaged, well, how you doing?
I'm good. How you?
I'm good, thank you. My opinion, with the statistics that he just read off.
Your reality.
Yeah, my opinion is my reality. So what I would say to that, as far as a solution, or just hearing what you said, when you're saying why is it if kids are raised with a single mother versus a single father, first you have to look at the fact that a male is dominant. You know what I'm saying? Their voice, their presence alone is going to command respect. Versus a mother, to me, if she's a single mother and she has to take care of the home, take care of the kids, take care of herself, be emotionally available for everything, including work, the bills, and everything, you kind of, I'm speaking for myself, you're going to fall short somewhere. We're not built like men. We're not meant to bear the load like a man can. That's why the men were hunters and a woman stayed at home. That's not our place. So to me, a man would handle that responsibility as far as an authority figure a lot better, because they're going to command a lot more out and be more aggressive and not take the other road. I'm not saying that it's not men that take that role serious if they are placed in it, but I think a woman, when she bears that much weight, kind of gets broken down versus a man, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of becomes passive and kind of let a lot of things. No, I don't even know if you want to say let it slide, but it's overwhelming being a single mother.
No,
you can't
right.
wear all those things and still show up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Versus a man, you can go out there and hunt something, pick it up, kill it, then took all your energy to hunt down that you're hunting, get it, drag it back to the home. You know what I'm saying? And still have a little energy. A woman that's not built for that, to bear all the weight that's placed on her by default. So the consequences of that is what you see when you have our kids that are out of control. So is it our fault as single mothers that the man it's not we can't make the man stay. We can't make a man stay. And when you are introducing yourself to when men and women meet, the initial thing, they're not showing up. The woman is not saying, you know what, I'm coming with this baggage. A man is not saying, you know what, I'm going to leave you to be a single mother. Because initially, your idea is, I want to get to know this person. You're meeting representatives. Your real self don't show up for a little ways down the line. Sometimes pregnancy happens until your real self show up. So by that time, you're pregnant. You better get an abortion. The woman, I don't believe in abortion. Well, you know what? I'm not going to be around for that child. Okay, so I don't believe in abortion. You're saying you don't want to be a father. What are we doing here? So it's a lot of default settings that's coming together, which is leaving our communities a little bit fucked up out here. So women are not to blame. You know what I'm saying? We already have to bear so much. Men have to, our black rules have, y'all got targets on your back, but certain things are just not excusable because these are the facts, these are the realities. And a lot of this stuff stems from slavery that we're dealing with the residue of that.
Okay, I got a question. How are y'all not to blame? Let me give an analogy before I let Izzy jump in. I'm going to let you jump in because I feel like women are the problem. If I knew every time, listen to this bar. If I knew every time I slept with a woman, it was a possibility. It's a 50% chance after I sleep with her, I got to give her $10,000 or go to jail. That means every woman I slept with, that's a whole lot of women. If I knew my money is on the line every time, and if I don't even have $10,000, I'm guaranteed to go to jail if they require it. So if I sleep with her and she don't want to be with me, nigga, I need my 10 bands. And I don't have 10,000, and she tell them people, oh, he ain't got 10,000, and I go to jail. Do you know how many women I would sleep with? Damn near zero, unless I can get a guarantee out of her. Women have seen this for years and years and years of being single mothers. Why is there no requirement at any age after you see what's going on in the world? Growing up from 10 on up, you see what's going on. Why is there no requirement out of men to say, hey, listen, it's a possibility that I'm finna have to bear all this responsibility of this kid. And I'm not 100% sure.
This kid or your kid. I'm about to bear the responsibility of being a father. How about that? Not this kid. Okay. So word that the right way. Because you can't say that's like somebody saying babysit your son. No, I'm gonna need you to keep your son.
No, that's a bar. But the point is, yes. So if I know I'm finna be a father, I'm not doing certain things. I'm not moving. If I know my empire can be infiltrated, and as a woman, your empire is you. Period. You and everything about you is your empire. If you know it's going to be infiltrated and it's an 85% chance, because that's basically what it is right now, you're going to raise this kid by yourself. Why deal with certain niggas?
Oh, okay. It's like the pick of the litter. You know you want a pit bull. Your homie got a pick. They didn't only have 5. You got 5 to pick from. You gonna pick the best one out of there. And that's not saying they all healthy. But you want to pick so bad, you gonna pick the best one. So it's like the pick of the litter. And no, it's not the woman's fault. The men are bred to men, you're the leader. So when are you gonna say is stop saying like it's okay, the woman, y'all bearing this responsibility for the way this world is. No. A man is called to be a leader. Okay, so why is there so many single mothers? Because the men have just as much rights as we do.
And what?
Okay, so for a man, so listen to this. You can't tell me like, oh, I'm only allowed to see, a man can't come up to me talk about I'm only allowed to see my son on the weekend. I only get this many rights. When you can do everything, you're gonna make sure you got your money, you're gonna make sure you go to work, you're gonna do everything you need to do. You can't go downtown and fight for your right to get shared custody, and they're gonna give it to you if you're proven to go down there and fight for it.
Exactly.
It shouldn't have to be like that.
No,
but
I'm not.
If you say you want your rights in the weekends, why you not fighting for that? Why you just accept them? Why you just lay down and accept or something?
Because if she's thinking like that, I'm cool. I'm not finna spend all my money and time going downtown to fight for a kid.
You're looking at time and money when it's your seed. We're talking about your seed that you're talking about. I'm not about to spend my money and my time. What you thinking?
I'm gonna tell you.
So what you leaving your? No, you can't say that because you have to.
I'm more important than my seed. I'm sorry. I'm more important than my kid.
Can I jump in?
That's your legacy.
Go. Hold on. Izzy want to jump in. Go ahead and jump in. Hold on. Izzy let me introduce Izzy. So y'all can understand him. Izzy has 6 kids and 3 baby mom, and he's married. So he can speak on anything from any side of the spectrum. Go ahead and jump in, my brother.
Okay. So first of all, if I just answer the question that you asked her about what's the solution, I think the solution is the men being better men. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it all falls back on us. I had 2 children before I was 21, 3 children before I was 23. So all my children have been to court. And I've been to court because I've made a nasty situation, a nasty environment for my baby mother to operate in. Whatever I've done, I left the situation bad. With that being said, she's emotional. Yes, I'm a good father, but seeing me do the things she wanted me to do with another woman doesn't feel so great. So I got to take her to court. If you haven't been to court for your children, you're just giving up.
Period.
Bottom line. So,
Period.
Yes, it cost a lot of money, but it didn't cost as much as that condom. And I made that decision. The other question that you had about why women are constantly making these decisions, I've seeked out all the women that I've had children with. None of them have sunk me out or led the situation. So I've led the situation. I didn't have the conversations about abortion beforehand. I didn't have the conversations about us being together. I simply had sex and didn't check anything. So now that she's pregnant, I can't then turn around and say, oh, this, that, and the third, I'm out of here. It's my responsibility. Now, as a whole, I think a lot of the men are coming short because they didn't have a father. So we're dealing with the effects of the 80s, the crack babies having babies. So you got a young man having a kid at 18 years old. It's easier to get gone, to stop answering the phone. It's easier to say, oh, well, that's on her. That's not on me. She don't want me to see my kid. So I have joint custody. I have a child in Oklahoma, a child in New York. They got to fly to me for every break. They got to fly to me for every summer, every Christmas, 1 weekend a month. That's a lot of money.
And most niggas don't have it.
Time. Yes, so you need to put that little penis up if you ain't got it. There needs to be a decision made beforehand.
That sounds good. That sounds real good.
It sounds good, but we are the leaders. We're the leaders.
They're not picking leaders. They're picking bums.
Well, let me tell you something. The representative is a leader. The night of the first 6 months is, I'm on my tip. I'm this, I'm that, this, that, and the third. By then, she's already pregnant. And now the real deal comes up that, oh, nah, I ain't going to be able to do it. I got this going on. I got that going on. I'm getting to the bag. So she left with the responsibility of, do I want an abortion or I'm going to raise the kid myself?
Okay, I'm gonna let you jump in, Siobhan, and I'm gonna let Izzy. I'm gonna let y'all two talk because I think y'all on the same point. I just want to make a point, and I'm gonna let y'all talk about it because we're gonna get to the solution soon. Izzy, you in trucking?
Yeah.
If you seen 5 niggas buy a tire from a certain shop and all 5 of them blew out, are you buying the tire from that shop? Yes or no? We ain't even gonna get into monologues.
No,
Yes
sir.
or no? Siobhan, you're into
No,
hair.
sir.
If you see 5 women who have bought perms and they have took the hair off of that woman and they've lost their customer, are you going to go buy that same chemical? Are you going to go buy that same brand? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, y'all can go ahead and finish. Everybody else gonna get my point, but go ahead.
Well, the reason I say no, and your question is faulted because you're talking experience. I have experience now that I'm in trucking. When I was having them children, I didn't have no experience. I had sexual experience, but I didn't have no experience as a father. My father didn't pour anything into me. So therefore, I'm a little boy doing grown man activity.
Absolutely. That's the hammer. I just hit the nail. It's all about, yeah. You're so on point.
Yeah. So that's the bottom line. And you're saying women making the same, as far as like you saying the same decision to mess with the same dude. My wife got with me. I had 3 children. What she's seen in me is grind, hustle, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
Her friends may say, "Oh, girl, he got 3 baby mamas. That's crazy. He got a little newborn. Don't do that. This, that, the third." So she took a chance. Everything you get into is a gamble. Everything you get into is a gamble. Women want to be loved, and everybody wants to have a mate at the end of the day. So you can go out here and say men choose who they marry, women choose sex. Men are still in control when we trying to holler and we navigate it. The women become in control when it's time to find out if they have an abortion or not. We gave up that responsibility by impregnating her. What is she deciding if I'm messing with her with a condom? She ain't deciding nothing because I protected myself.
Absolutely.
So like I said earlier, as I was talking to Siobhan earlier, we're trying to do the wrong thing the right way. All of this sounds like foolishness to me because at the end of the day, we know what causes an accident. You're not getting on anybody's highway in your truck or in your car and you're going to swerve lane to lane. That's what women are taking, and niggas is cool with it. Swerving lane to lane because they know they have no responsibility. They can cause accidents and walk away. Should they? No.
That's right.
Who bears the responsibility? Woman. At some point, you got to think. That's why no nigga feels sorry for any man who has millions of dollars or anything going on in life and a woman take half. Nigga, you knew better than dealing with that broad. That's what we say as men. You knew better. Nobody's holding women accountable to nothing. Ma'am, you knew better. You knew what ding-a-ling do. You've seen it. Your mother did it. Your grandmother did it. Your grandmother's grandmother did it. Why are you out here playing with ding-a-ling knowing how dangerous it is?
Okay, look. So can I ask, why are you wanting this blame to be on a woman, the weaker vessel?
I understand what you're saying. I want accountability.
No, like really, like why are you wanting us to bear again another fault that we see that's going on in society, the downfall? Why you want us to bear?
Because there's a barrier between men and women where we have no control over y'all. We're not allowed to protect y'all unless y'all say we can protect y'all. We're not allowed to be with y'all unless y'all say we can be with y'all. There is countless men that want to be in their children's lives right now that the women is not allowing. Go ahead.
Well, I can truly say no black woman that I have been with has ever been to the point where she's not going to listen. You have to create a listening space.
Absolutely.
Space for them to drop the walls down and listen. You also got to realize that their father wasn't fathering them. So you're the first man to come in their life, do everything right, and then treat them like shit. So with that being said, you got to take, let's just like my daughters. I got a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. Now it's not funny anymore. The joke's on me. So I have to teach them. They are coming into the game with a father that gave them the game. These women I was dealing with don't have no father.
Absolutely.
So again, it's still on the man. And that would be the father. I got 35 children around me, and I'm the only male figure trying to do the right thing with a wife. That's my nieces and nephews, my little cousins.
What does a man do when a woman doesn't let you around? Okay, let's just take y'all scenarios. Okay, those are one scenarios out of 4. We say that's one scenario out of 4. The man should step up. What do you do about a child where the mother does not let the kid around and the nigga's not going to court? He sell drugs.
Well,
She messed with a drug dealer. He sells drugs. He's not going down to court. He's not fighting for a kid that's already here. That's like fighting. That's like going and ordering some food. Now you got to go fight the cook to get your food and you already paid for it. It's his kid. Why do he need to go to court to prove anything? Why does he have to go fight for what's his?
Okay, Lamar. What are you saying? Why would that be a question of why does he have to fight? The question should be, why is he not fighting? This is his seed.
Why is the mother holding it back? Like, this makes no sense.
Okay, it can be out of her. It can be whatever legitimate or about whatever is justifiable for her to say you're not seeing your kid because you got another woman, because you left me while I was pregnant, whatever the case may be. She can have every right to her decision. But the question should be, why is this man not saying, you know what? I understand whatever you may feel. That has nothing to do. I'm done with you. That's my seed. That's my legacy. That's who's going to represent me as a man. Boy or girl, I'm going to go downtown. I'm going to get joint custody.
Guess what? That's
on the man. That's your responsibility as a father.
Guess how much easier it is. Guess what I could do? I cannot deal with her. I cannot deal with that kid, and I can find another woman and get my legacy too. I'm not fighting.
Okay, look, but that's
why we're in the situation we're in.
Absolutely, the revolving door. So what do you leave that young kid that is neglected, that knows that his dad chose to go make a kid somewhere else to raise that kid? So you're going to get that kid that's out here holding up somebody, that's out here selling drugs because he didn't have you in his life. So it's
because the
mother's,
right? Yes, if she's stopping me from seeing my kid, if she wants me to go downtown and talk to the white man to see my children, she is at fault.
The white man, deal with your black kid. That black kid ain't got nothing to do with the white man.
Is she allowing me to see the kid?
That ain't water jet has nothing to do with the white man.
Can I see my kid when I want? Can I come get my kid?
You don't give nobody a chance to make that choice for you, and that's what you're doing when I hear you talking. You're giving that mom, that woman, that decision to make for you. You make that decision. You say, "This mom, okay, if that's what it's a one night stand, I got her pregnant. I don't give a fuck what you got going on, young lady. This is mine. You are bearing my seed. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that baby knows me." And you have every right. If you forfeit that right, that is on you. And then you have a child that's a victim of that circumstance.
So you want me to fight a woman? Right here. You want me to fight a woman when she could? I'm about to let you jump in. I just need to answer this question. She tells me she don't want me to see the kid. Let me make sure I got this correct. She said, "Hey, this is your kid. The paternity test says it's your kid. I'm not gonna let you see it until you go get legal rights." Is that what you're saying? And just in a scenario.
I'm saying that you're fighting the wrong battle. I'm saying you're fighting the wrong battle. You're keep talking about the woman. It's no longer about the woman when it's a child involved. You are fighting for your child. Forget that woman. You are fighting the wrong battle. You're trying to fight against the woman that's actually bearing this child for 9 months. Forget what she got to go through, what she can't do when she's pregnant. You get to sit there on the sideline and say, you know what? I can't see No, that's your job.
So I just got a question. Hold on. Let's answer the question. Let Izzy jump in. So to make sure that there's an understanding, you're saying is this we just using scenarios because there's 1,000 scenarios in our community. This woman is saying, no, you can't see your kid willingly. Is that what you're saying? Like, no, you can't see your kid willingly. Is that what you're saying?
It's a lot of women that say that. I've never said it.
Okay, I'm just saying is that the scenario we're using?
I'm just saying if a woman is in that position, that's her stance. It is up to the man to choose that battle to choose his kid.
You're exactly right.
Period.
And most men, I respect them if they don't go fight. That makes no sense to me. Now, mind you, it's just me. It makes no. I'm not doing all that for something that's mine. Izzy, you can jump in. Maybe Izzy can jump in and make it make sense. I'm not doing all that. Like I'm an off a bitch. Like I'm different. I'm just going off the bitch. But I'm not going to court. I'm not fighting and doing all that.
Lord Jesus.
So for me, the same way you saying that women have seen the example 1,000 times, men have seen it as well. And I still went out there and had 2 kids before I was 21 years old.
You bear no responsibility. You can say, no, I don't want to do it. I'm straight, and those kids will be raised by themselves, and that's going to be on the mother to say, damn, I'm not allowing my baby's father to see this kid because I'm hurt, I'm bitter, which she has her feelings. She's not putting the kid first. She's putting being mad at a man first versus what the kid should be getting. Go ahead, because I want this to be good. Go ahead.
I'm the lead in the situation. I'm the only man in the situation. I have a woman and a child. I can't allow them to dictate whether I'm going to be in my child's life or not.
Absolutely.
That's coward behavior.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do anything and be better than my father, I got to stop with the excuses of what somebody is stopping me from doing. They ain't stopping me from getting this money out here. So we are naturally selfish as men. That's just the way it is. I can just go on like ain't nothing wrong. I'll let her deal with it.
That's not the case. That's not the scenario, though. That's not what we're saying. We're saying...
Well,
I've been in that scenario. And what I had to do was go to court.
And that's
when
some
my baby
men.
mother moved and I couldn't serve her, I had to find a private investigator, pay him $700 just to find out where she live at. So I could
How
serve
many niggas got that much money, Izzy? Let's just be real. Me and you got more money than the average man. Let's just be real. We in the upper echelon. Niggas ain't never seen 100,000 in their account. Come on, bro. Niggas is making 40,000?
Let's forget about money. Let's forget about money and talk about character. At the end of the day, when you ain't got nothing, if you ain't got that character, that's going to show your character. What you fighting for? What is your character? I don't care how much you got in that bank. Your character, if you would stand up, man, I'm going to get mine. I can have zero in the bank. You going to be backed by doing the right thing, period.
Yeah, that don't make no sense to me because I respect your opinion.
And I didn't have that kind of money when I had 2 kids. When I had 2 kids, I didn't have that kind of money. So I had to do what I had to do.
I respect y'all opinion. It just don't make any sense, and this is why our community is the way it is. Both of y'all agree. I understand. But why isn't it you have the kid, I'll see my kid whenever I want to see my kid. Cool. End of discussion. Why is women saying you're not going to allow to see your kid? Like, this is preposterous.
Okay, why
you created?
Yeah.
You understand
like what?
That?
Say it again, bro.
You understand that you create the environment?
Absolutely.
You're in charge of the environment. So any female that you're dealing with is not controlling the environment. Right now, kids or not, you are setting the tone.
Absolutely.
That's it. So it's the same thing happened when a kid come in play. Now, my baby mother may go, at that time, she may went 2 weeks or a week without answering the phone. But once I keep showing up to that door or letting her know, hey, I apologize, I'm going to do the right thing, where did I go wrong? A man has to drop that pride.
You can.
I had to realize.
You can. I ain't bound down to no bitch, period.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the same
women, females. I'm not bowing down to no woman to get no kid that's rightfully mine. I'm not begging. If a nigga owe me some money, I'm not begging him to pay me my money. Nigga, pay me or it's up. That's my child, and I'm just speaking from my point of view, and y'all both know me. You don't let me see my kid, it's up. I'm not going through no court system. I'm taking a shortcut, baby. You just won't be around no more. I can't go through all of that.
What is
going
that?
through all of that.
What is that? And what comes with the consequences of us?
Oh, it's up. You're in danger. Your life is in danger playing with me about my seed now.
Is there no consequences to put somebody in danger?
There is consequences, possibly, if you do it the wrong way. Nah, my kid just gonna be raised with me. Crazy as hell.
Where is that? You know what somebody told me when I was in the barbershop, right? I was working with this man. He had did some time in jail. And, you know, like I used to live by that, I can get this enemy is necessary. That's my motto, you know, so I got older, like, shit, that enemy is necessary means it's costly. But when he said, I live by the motto, telling judge, like, enemy is necessary, I'm going to do what I got to do. Then I got locked up for so many years. And I left my child alone. And I wasn't able to do for my kid. And that left my kid to handle somebody else's well-being. So he said, now I don't mind working on 9 to 5. That's why I'm in this barbershop. he had that his reality, the consequences of what his decision set him in jail for a long time, which took him out of his kid's life. It changed his whole reality and changed his perspective. So sometimes a reality check causes us to change our reality and how we view things.
Our perspective.
You see what I'm saying? But it's consequences to, it's up if you don't do what I say. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks like that to a certain extent. But if you're basing it off of that, that's why the world is the way it is with these kids out here, which is the conversation about single mothers. It's any means necessary. We got to do what we got to do.
Because y'all want to. Most women want to struggle.
I'm a single mother.
Most women do not want to comply with a man's rules. They don't want to comply with a man's.
You got to pick the description of something to comply to.
Okay, but you already had a kid. Once you already had a kid with a nigga, it's time to go off what this man is saying. You can't say now, all right, I got a kid with this man. Now I'm still on what I'm on versus I got to do was, hold on, let's ask both of y'all a question. Is both parents doing what's best from the kid? Keeping this kid away from this man, is that what's best for the kid? Yes or no? And then you can elaborate. Is it best to make this nigga go downtown, spend his money and his resources to even fight for his kids where he still can get denied because he might be a felon or he might be whatever? Is that what's best for the kid, Siobhan? Yes or no?
No, it's not.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. What's best for the kid?
Oh, okay. And we're talking.
That is best for the kid.
Go ahead, Izzy, jump in. This is a good conversation and the world need to hear this when it drops.
Apparently, we can't communicate and orchestrate in the way that we're going to be able to co-parent together. We got to bring the white man in because we didn't have this conversation. If you go and tell a woman right now, hey, if you get pregnant, I'm upping you if I don't see my child, you wouldn't have sex no more.
Crazy as hell. I just told a bitch she ain't on my level and I'm only dealing with you because I'm buzzing. Bitches is still gonna deal with a nigga and you know that because you one of them niggas. Let's stop playing. I'll tell a bitch right now, if I have a kid, you out of here if you play with me.
And those women that you're talking to are nothing. They're not no women of quality. They're not no women of quality. If you call them out their name and they still sitting there, that's not quality.
Respectfully, I mean, I understand. That's yin and yang. I understand.
Yeah, so, with that being said, we got to go to court because I've created this situation. I'm the lead.
That's what it boils down to, lead. So maybe,
sad, bro.
Listen, maybe the solution should be more communities of responsible men that are men, like Izzy,
that
changed his life around, that had a different viewpoint in his teenage year versus his adult years, where he turned it around. So maybe a community of good black positive role models for these younger men is the solution. Because y'all are the lead. And we will naturally submit to a man that's about his business and showing up and going forward to be responsible to take care and cover the woman. The weak women that's out here. That has to be strong by default.
Lies. Women ain't submitting because a nigga know what he talking about. Them are all lies.
I bet you they will. Because I'm not listening.
To a certain degree, women will submit.
If you a leader and that's your character and that's your nature, definitely submission comes with that. Definitely submission to the toughest woman out there.
If you don't know how to submit, how? How are you going to submit and you don't know how? You've never been trained to submit and you don't know how to submit.
You're still going to be a softness that comes along with it. It's still a softness that comes along with it. The strongest independent woman is going to bow down. Even if she don't know she bowed down. Because a man that's sitting in his bed, he's not going to allow anything else in his presence.
To a certain degree.
I've been around every type of man out here. So I know that. And I'm considered whatever. I'm not tough. But you know, I'm about my business. And I submit to men. To men. There's niggas, I throw that road around, but I'm going to submit to a man.
So what men have you submitted to? I don't use no names or none of that. We ain't getting none of that. Let me ask you this question, because I want Izzy to jump in. Why are you still not with that man? If he showed he was a man and you submitted to him, why are you still not with him?
No, I didn't say that they was the man I was dealing with.
Hold on, wait.
I said I was.
Yeah, y'all see the bullshit. Y'all see the bullshit.
It's not No, like I went back to that ticket of litter. Like I'm from the hood. Now let's just be clear. I don't care how I'm sounding, but I'm very aware of a lot of things. So a lot of things are, I'm defined by a lot of people, and that's fine. And I'm not going off of that. I don't allow anything to define me.
Fact.
But that's not saying that I'm not aware, and I'm not aware of my surroundings, and I'm not aware of what's a man and what's not. Just because of where I come from, I naturally submit to a man.
Okay.
Period. Now, I have chosen people that showed up to be somebody that they wasn't, and when it was too late, I got to bear that. But that don't mean I was a fool going in.
So you ain't seen no red flags beforehand. You seen nothing wrong with this man.
If you growing up with these people like, I mean, when I say these people, that I'm these people. When you growing up in the same neighborhood, what's wrong? It's normalized. I'm not seeing nothing different because this is my surroundings. So what's wrong with this guy that I'm dating? We just alike. We come from the same thing. We came from the same struggle. So how am I judging him? That's not in my radar to even say this man is going to do this to me. That's not on my radar because I'm surrounded by what I'm used to.
Izzy straight from the block. Can I tell the story, bro, real quick before you jump in of how much you're from the hood? Can I say it? You know the line I'll say. If you don't want me to say it, I won't.
What's your line?
What you went through at 5 years old, and
Oh yeah, you can say that.
Well, so Izzy is such from the hood. His mother and father was on drugs. Izzy was about 5 years old, and his mother snorted cocaine off of his back. So when he talks, I listen. You dig what I'm saying? Because he come from that cut like that. I understand. I relate. All of my mother's siblings was on drugs, so I understand like being from the hood. But at what point do we look at any age and say, yeah, this ain't it? But Izzy, jump in, because I want y'all to talk, because I think y'all can help each other out, because y'all know where I stand as a man. But Izzy, jump into her point and tell me, I know you're gonna go with the man is the lead, but go ahead and jump in. Let me hear your point of view.
I think it's men like you and I that every man doesn't possess the ability to grab from other sources. So if your father didn't give you what you needed, you got to grab from other sources. And every man doesn't possess that. So it takes men like you and I to come together and close the gap. You understand what I'm saying? There's a reason why you're not married. You understand what I'm saying? So when you do become married, there are different things that you're going to come across when you're really trying to put the work in to create this space to be able to operate in. Life is about relationships. So, I don't come from babying kids and all that, this, that, and the third. So when my daughters want honey mustard and this one want chicken filet sauce and going to 3 different places, I don't do that. But my wife does. So it creates a balance. I then also compromise to a certain point where some of these things I may give to get my daughter's ear somewhere else. So I'm creating the safe space to operate in for her to listen to me.
I understand. No, I definitely understand. And we share same characteristics and same caliber. You're a democracy. I'm a dictatorship. What I say go. This is a dictatorship over here. There's no voting of who's going to do what and none of that. A woman's job, her primarily, there's 2 jobs a woman have, in my opinion, biblically. Her first job is to help. We did that definition on the last show, which is to make a man's life easier. That's the definition of help. Make a man's life easier and assist. The second job is to create influence in a man's life. And what you're saying that your wife has on you is influence, because she's done things. We always say women first. Women have to show a man that they're worthy of me laying my life down on the line, because we literally may have to do something to somebody or take something from somebody to protect. So a woman's job is not the same as a man's. So she's going to have to lead and show off. I don't mean lead as in be a leader. She's going to have to lead of this is who I am. You can't turn submission on and turn submission off. You can't turn being sweet on and sweet off. You are who you are. We all are who we are. We have to practice that with the waiter. We have to practice that with our kids. We have to practice that with our friends and our family. We just got to be that person. Now, mind you, I can say this and I can vouch. Siobhan is one of the sweetest people in our family. She is sweet. She is loving. She is kind. She doesn't do all the gossiping and the hating and none of that. We have to be who we are in order for it to be genuine and for it to be real. And why I say I blame women is because they're not in their role. And I understand why they're not. Hey, I'm raising these kids. Because they're saying you got to go to court versus saying, nigga, come get this kid when you want. And imagine how much easier their life would be if they get out of their feelings and get out of their emotional wreck, because they're emotional. But then there's a such thing called being an emotional wreck where your feelings, they're not even valid no more. You're being retarded at this point. You're being uncompromising at this point, and your feelings are more important than your child's outcome. Your child's outcome is finna be affected because you're saying go fight down in court. Now, mind you, in a realistic thing, it's a possibility 2% chance that I'm going to court to go fight for my kid. I'm not even being funny. I'm not joking or doing none of that. I'm more on showing up to your house and we're going to have an issue if you're telling me I can't see my kid. I might walk away the first time, but if it ever happens again, we're going to have a big ass issue. And I understand what comes with that. And I'm cool with that. I know that you're not going to be able to fight me the way I can fight you because it's too much. Izzy, you've been years in court system. You might damn near just got out of the court. I'm not doing all that. That's not manly shit to me. That's bowing down to a woman, and that's bowing down to the court system to see my kids. Is it an honorable thing? Yes, because you're trying to be in your kid's life. But I'm not making a woman make me bow down for her for nothing. And that's what they're doing. Nigga, I'm going to take your resources. You got to bow down to me. You got to go play with this white man and see something you created. I created a kid. The woman created the situation. Now all hell broke loose. Am I in the wrong? I can be for dealing with the woman that I knew nothing about. But I can simply walk away from this dumb shit. I don't have to deal with this. That woman do. And I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do. That's cool, but that's more sane because I'm more important than my kid. Yes. If I don't have nothing going on, my kid ain't... Go ahead.
Yeah,
Fast forward. Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah. We're going to fast forward to now and you see our kids dying at the hands of themselves. Black on black crime. That's a direct consequence of what you just said.
Because the mothers are keeping their kids from their fathers.
Yeah.
The father is more important than the mother at the end of the day.
From his kid. The father's keeping himself from his kid. If he don't feel like he got to go through anything to go see his, can you say that's my child?
What did you got to go through? They gave you the kid. They gave you the kid. They said, okay, the kid.
You gave them the kid. You gave the girl, but you put a white man in the court system in it. That decision was a mutual decision for y'all to have raw sex, which you should know better. And the woman should know better.
Accountability? Okay, Izzy took accountability as a man. He said he should go to court. Where's the accountability on the women? Where's any accountability on women?
We married for 9 months. That
ain't shit. That's something you signed up for when you got some dick.
We going through the stretch mark. We going through the emotional. We going through a lot.
Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care about that.
Of course, but you're saying what is the consequence? That is the consequence.
What is the accountability? I didn't say consequence. Where is woman's accountability of saying I'm withholding this child and this child is going to be fucked up? An 80% chance that this kid is going to be a failure in life if I don't allow him to be around his father. So where is woman's accountability?
I don't think I really understand. Like, I hear you keep kind of saying that, what you're saying, but I don't really understand, like, logically, like, on the real stuff, because, like, where do women...
Where do women put their feelings to their side? Look at who's in charge as far as who's going to benefit better. Who's going to look at and say the kid is more interested. So if there is, let's just use this scenario. The father's not a deadbeat. He don't want to leave his kid. He actually wants to be with you. You don't want to be with him. He accepted. He wants to see his kid. He's not going to court to see his kid because you can simply let him see his kid. Y'all can be 2 goddamn adults and come up with a schedule of, all right, it's 7 days in a week. This week I got him 3. Next week I got him 4. We're going to do this till this kid is 18. Why women can't have accountability and just say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry that you left me. This shit is hurting my soul. But if I keep this kid away, I damn near should have had an abortion because this motherfucker is finna turn out terrible. Why women...
I'm hearing the idea versus reality. and like I just can only deal with reality. Like what you're saying, it sounds so good, and why this and why women they being accountable, why you hurt and keeping the kid. The bottom line
is like kryptonite to women.
The bottom line is men have just as much fight. My son's dad, I tell him, well, why did you call me about the why did you call me about his performance that's going on? First of all, we ain't been together since he was born. You understand what I'm saying? But his name is, he is a junior to you. You're on every
Let's stop. Hold on, cuz. Hold on, cuz. I'm gonna let you keep going. I'm not finna change the subject. I just want to use this scenario. Did you make him go to court to see his son?
No, I did not.
Okay, thank you.
We've had the same couple since my son was a baby. I'm not her, but I understand because where I'm from, like I understand men, I understand women, cuz in every situation, like how we can verbalize certain things, but it's that idea versus reality. Some reality sucks. And if we have women that can be inconsistent and bad mothers, and it's also, I understand why some mothers said, like, you know what, you can't be my baby, your baby's life, our baby's life, because you will ruin that baby's life. You know what I'm saying? By the life.
Oh, wait. There's no statistics that prove that. We got to stop. Izzy, you got to jump in. There's no statistics that prove what you're saying. Hold on. What you're saying, cuz, there's no data to prove that.
I'm talking about what I'm living. I don't know what's on paper.
Well, that's what life is. What do you mean? You know what your bank account look like. You know what your life look like. You know what your car look like. Everything is statistics and facts. That's what this world is based off of. Facebook is nothing but a data gathering spot. Google gathers all the data and they promote to us. Everything in your life is a number. Every single thing is a number. Everything is about a number. So everything is collected by data. You're telling me that the facts don't matter. And that's what I'm saying. How do the facts not matter? You have two different scenarios. You have two different kids, two different scenarios. What you could say is, my environment allowed me to think this way. Now I'm thinking better. You did not put the last kid on, I don't know, I don't even want to say that. You did not make this last child go through the court system because you know it is better for him to be with both of us than one of us. It is not, I am not a better parent than the father is. Statistically proven, the father is better. If I sleep with a girl in a drug house and we so trapped and now we break up and she's saying my kid can't come with me because we're in a dope house, baby, this is where we conceived this baby at. What the fuck is you talking about? This kid been here since he was 6 months old. Now we break up, he can't be in the trap no more because he don't know no better. Ain't no man putting his kid in a bad position. And guess who's more of a protector of the kid than anybody? The father. Because physically, you ain't even strong enough to protect the way I can. Mentally, niggas don't even respect you the way they respect me. So wherever I'm raising this kid at, that's a cop-out to say, hey, my kid is in a dangerous situation. You been with me this whole time. What you're really mad about is I'm not with you, and you should deal with me not being with you and let my kid see me, then me not be able to see my kid in you. That's the real fact. That's the reality. Okay. The ideal is let's be the, go ahead. Let Izzy jump in real quick. This is a good convo. Go ahead, Izzy, jump in. This is a good convo.
So, first of all, what you just said about the man being respectable and the man being able to protect and all that, that speaks to the point of that the man is the lead. A lot of the times with those situations, I've never met a woman that's going to just completely say, no, you can't see your child. You have to show some type of consistency. We as men want to just come get the kid when we're ready. And that's not consistency. There has to be a schedule. She has a whole life.
So what?
When you going to bring them back? I shouldn't have to tell you when I'm bringing my kid back. It's my kid. You're not consistent.
He don't have to be. He's a man. He's not going to be in the kid's life like a mother.
That's not reality. That's not reality. If any man that's telling my daughter, hey, I'll come get you for a date when I'm ready, you just be ready for the next 3 hours, it's not picking my daughter up. Absolutely. Any man that's treating my daughter like you want to treat a child as if it's a figure, that's bananas. Get away from me.
We talking about two different things, bro. I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, even if the man is inconsistent, you tell me this: would you rather eat twice a week or none at all? It's okay if he comes and see this kid when he wants to see this kid versus never seeing the kid because he's inconsistent.
Are you serious?
I'm dead ass serious. Okay, let's just be. Let's take me. Hold on. No, I'm not joking. I'm dead ass serious. Let's just take me. Izzy don't know, you know. My dad came when he wanted to see me. My dad was around till I was 14 and they got divorced and that nigga was away for 4 years. He'll come see me, say he coming and he don't come see me. I would rather my dad come see me whatever day he wanted to come see me than my mother, which she never did and I respect her for the rest of my life for, rather than tell this nigga, you can't come see him, you're not consistent. The days I did see him was important. They made an impact on my life. He introduced me to different things. I got to see different things and being around in them 1-2 days, then I might not see him for 6 months. Then I might not see him for a year. Then I might see him every day for 6 months. I would rather be around my father when he has time to see me than my mother make the decision to say, you're going to ruin this kid. It's not ruining the kid because a father is not supposed to be there like a mother. They're two different things. When a man goes to war for 2 years and he don't see his kid, he's going to get a bag. And the mother got to see the kid all the time. So what's the excuse for that? Because he at war? When another man leaves and he goes away for 2 years and he don't see his kid for 2 years, just because you don't agree with it don't mean it's right. I don't think it's right to go to war for 2 years and leave your kid. But it is in a woman's eyes because she getting a check. If it ain't about a woman getting some money or a woman benefiting, it don't make sense to her. It should be about the kid. But go ahead and chime in, Izzy.
Those days that you're speaking of, just allowing a man to come when he wants, that stuff is over.
And that's why these kids is dying and these kids is whores.
Well, listen to me. Listen to me. The masculinity of women having to hold the fort down. Nobody is going to allow you to just do what you want anymore. The police aren't, the women aren't, the jobs aren't, nobody is. So the effects of Jim Crow, the effects of Section 8, cutting the head off, that's where we are.
Say it again. What did they cut off? Say it again. They cut what off?
The head. They cut the head off, but we're allowing it.
How?
Allowing
how? When you got to go to court to see your kid, how am I allowing it? She cut it off, and now the court got to put it back on.
Lamar.
You understand boxing, right? You understand boxing, right? You understand boxing, right? If a man leaves the bout in the hands of the judges, that's on him. Oh, they robbed him. They robbed him. No, if he don't went in there and knocked that motherfucker out, it wouldn't be no decision. If you give up your right and leave it in the woman's hands, a woman that you don't even know, you ain't even got to know her. I was getting women pregnant after 6 months. I don't even know her middle name.
Absolutely.
Let's be serious. Oh, I can't believe she treating me like this. I don't even know her.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
How are both of y'all agreeing with this bullshit? I just gotta call it what it is. This is bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
Y'all not respecting the kid. Y'all are not putting the kid first.
Who is respecting the kid? Like the one that's not going to do what he can to make sure that his seed knows him by any means. The right way.
She don't have to do nothing. Listen, this is my point. If the man don't want to see the kid, cool. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because the man will never see the kid if she has an abortion. I have no right over that. Cool. If he don't want to see the kid, we're not talking about them niggas. We're not talking about the niggas who don't want to see their kid. That's not a part of this show. This is about the niggas who want to see their kids. There's certain guys like Izzy that's going to go fight for their kids. Then there's certain guys who are just going to walk away. And then there's certain guys, such as myself, well, bitch, you won't be here no more if you play with me about my seed, period. And I ain't going to jail, nigga. On my mama, I ain't going to jail. Nigga, I'm not playing, nigga. That's with my whole heart.
Are boys. They're not men. That's a boy activity. That's just like when I used to work for you. And you wanna hold somebody's furniture and run and you gonna go to bat for these hours. You gonna go to bat.
Was you right or wrong? Izzy, let's talk about the situation. Was you right or was you wrong? Did you follow protocol? Yes or no? You didn't follow protocol.
Follow your protocol.
You did not follow whose protocol?
So let's tell the whole situation.
Go ahead and tell the story.
I'm working for him for a moving company. His low prize protocol is hold the master bedroom in the nose of the trailer when it's time for them to pay, hold that furniture, and talk about that payment. He's running a Groupon for $99 for the first 2 hours. After that, it's going up. People don't even realize it's not prorated. It's not, you got to go to the ATM. The clock's still running. The clock's still running till we get back to the base. This is a single mother that we running this game on.
Hold on, wait. Let's stop. You said the right thing, but ain't no game because they see the contract before they even sign it. They sign the contract and it's online, but continue.
So, this lady's bill is all of $600. To do it his way, it's probably going to be $950. I'm guesstimating. Clearly, she doesn't understand what she's gotten herself into. So, little
sounds
Fly
like a
says,
woman to me.
Yo.
Listen, hold on, Lamar. Let's hear it.
So Lil Fly says, yo, you already took the master bedroom stuff in there? I said, yeah, man, I ain't running that game. Oh, nah, you in violation. You gonna run. All right, man, look. So he's going off. The lady paid the $600. We get back. He says, I ain't paying you. You didn't follow protocol. I said, okay, that's cool, and walked away. The next day, he comes back and says, hey, man, I thought about it. I am going to pay you because you're one of the best workers I've ever had. You have to start fighting situations a little different than masculine and private. You got to learn how to maneuver out here with relationships instead of rah, rah, rah. That's not manly.
I understand, but
stuff.
let's take the situation though. You didn't follow protocol. I was probably supposed to get $950. You accepted $600 because you was being less. You're not this, but in this scenario, you were simping because it was a single mother. All due respect, I'll say, F that woman. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You trying to be nice. You're out here doing charity on my dime. Like, hey, I'm doing charity. She's, hold on, let me finish. I'll let you talk. You're doing the good thing, but it's not the right thing. This is not protocol. This is not the rules that is set up for you, and they know what they're up against. This is what's going to happen. Let's just take it into reality. You sleep with this nigga, it's going to cost you. And then you come along like, nah, it ain't gonna cost you. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to rescue. No, he's not going to rescue you. You still finna pay me my money or I'm keeping all your furniture, ma'am. So the point of it is, Izzy did a great job. Not as giving the furniture. Izzy did damn near jobs by himself. He had showed who he was as a man. Not as an employee, not just as my friend, but as a man. This man, every other job he did right. So he's right. I thought about it. If I let this nigga go, it's finna be hard as hell to find somebody else like this. I didn't lose no money. Technically, I lost some money, in the air, like stock market. Like, okay, I could have got another, $350 if this nigga would have followed protocol. But because he's done so good, I'm only going to pay him the hours he did. But we had a conversation about like, bro, that wasn't right, but I'm going to pay you because you're a good worker. Had he not been a good worker, we wouldn't have had this conversation. Had he not been a man previously, had he not had a track record of handling business, no, nigga, F you, F your money, and however we get into it about your money, which I've got into it with plenty niggas about their money because they don't follow protocol. Izzy was a man and he understood.
And that's the environment that I set in order to have that conversation. My character spoke value. So now that we have an issue, you can go on and think about it without me screaming, arguing, and shooting up the house. I don't need to do that. Because you're going to think, man, women are thinking, their aunts are telling them, this is the best nigga we ever seen. You might want to rethink that.
Facts.
So my character is going to speak for me.
So what is these women's character? So what is these women's character when they're withholding the children from their father? And this is my only point. When the child is better off with the father than it is with the mother, what is the character of that woman?
That's what I just told you with that scenario. I set the environment for you to think. I was the man in that situation. I'm leading. I chose to not charge her extra money. That was my decision. You're coming with the consequences.
Which was wrong. Did you make the right decision? Let me ask you this question. Even though I did right by you because, one, you was my best worker, two, you was my player partner, and we had a bond already. We was just, two peas in a pod. Did you make the right decision according to protocol?
No.
You made it off of your feelings.
Me as a man.
Say it again.
No, that wasn't off my feelings. That's me as a man doing the right thing.
How is that the right thing, though? Let's just be real. How is that the right thing if this is what they signed up for? How is that the right thing? How can you let me set it? Hold on, bro. Hold on. I want to set it just for the people, not for nobody. I just want to set it for the people, and then I want you to answer. The protocol is something. You go to work now, mind you, he's working. He decides to call an audible, which is illegal. He does something. Okay, bet. Put it like this. He worked for Walmart and the bill came up to $950. He didn't charge him for the other $350 because the woman is struggling. She's struggling, so he gave her some milk, he gave her some Pampers, he gave her some cereal, but he charged her for the other stuff. How is that right?
Let me tell you like this. I didn't work for Walmart. There was no brakes on the truck. The back of the door had half of the door on, so they stuff got rained on. I got an old man that's 65 years old can't even really help me. So the time is running up because I'm coming at a disadvantage. You understand what I'm saying? And then I got a nigga that's going to up you if you don't give him $300.
Nigga that's going what?
From Atlanta. He's not even from Atlanta. He don't have no family. And here come a 4'5" guy with a gun talking about give me $300. It's bananas. Let me ask you this question. Out of all the furniture you took, did it turn out to be beneficial to you, or was a headache when you got to keep people's stuff in your truck, still do move, find out how to get rid of it, you don't have nobody to buy it? Was it more of a headache for you, or you got off?
No, I got right. Let me use one scenario. I don't want to use this person's name. They're a celebrity. I'll use the name. I'm not gonna use the name. I'm just gonna use the scenario. Somebody and their baby daddy broke up because of this artist singing to him, and the lady didn't have the proper clothes on. We just gonna leave it at that. If y'all pick up what I'm putting down, cool. They didn't pay me my money, and I kept they shit. And guess what happened? They had to come back and pay me my money plus more. So yes, does it work most of the time? Yes, it works. Yes, it works most of the time. And not just because they're a celebrity. I got regular people. I had a lady, you wasn't at this move, and I know it sounds cruel. The lady had medicine. She didn't pay her money, and she had like psych med or seizure med or something. And the police like, well, let me get her med. I said, no, she's getting nothing until she pay me my money. You know why? Because they got the money.
You a deacon at the church.
About my money, player. Yeah, I know the state of my flock. This ain't charity right now, player. I'm not on a charity case. I'm not at church, nigga. I'm in business. I'm at business, and I ain't got nothing to do with your seizures when you playing with me about my money. Don't play with me about my money, period. The church is in me. But at the end of the day, what did Jesus say? I can't do miracles because they're familiar. He couldn't do miracles in his hometown because they didn't respect him. You don't respect me, I don't respect you. If they would have called and said something respectful, they call and they be cussing me out. If you call and be like, sir, listen, I'll pay you for your stuff. Can I please just get my medicine off here? Versus, mother bleep, you going blah, blah, blah. You screaming and you hollering at me like you got some leverage because they thought they did, because they thought they could call the police. But what they didn't know is I already knew the law. And unfortunately, I came up with what Izzy is talking about. It's called a 10-minute rule. Meaning we keep their TVs in a master bedroom furniture because don't no woman want to sleep on no floor. Do you know who created that rule, Siobhan? Do you know where I got that rule from?
Where?
Black women. They is the reason why I got that rule. Because they want to finesse a nigga and tell me what they gonna pay me and what they ain't gonna pay me. I don't hate black women. I love y'all to the core of me. But y'all do a lot of bullshit and use it in the name of a woman and use it in the name of, no, don't be a woman today. Still be that same strong ass independent nigga that you is. Nah, rock like let your mouth in your pockets agree. Don't talk to me crazy and think I'm gonna agree with you.
Cause like I hear you and I hear your viewpoint, but about the move and stuff, or just like it's not always about money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's about relationships, and sometimes it's about understanding. like building that relationship. This woman could have been in a struggle. Like, okay, I ain't got that. Like, sometimes it's not about the fine print. Like, did you follow protocol? No, what is the real life situation of this person? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's much more than money. And word of mouth, like, I'm going to have refer these two people because this woman might be in a situation where she's down at this point.
When she talks respectful, I will.
Connected with a lot of people that can bring you money. So sometimes it's about that dollar.
It don't be. It's not me. I said on a bunch of shows, there's a bunch of people I connected with. All she had to do, any woman had to do that took that the furniture that I was keeping was talk respectful. And that's where women go wrong at. If she was talking respectful, I'm cool. Like, hey, listen, bro. Like, listen.
How about saying son? If you put us all in the same boat, cuz, how about saying that's what son women?
I'm sorry.
At this point,
say it
like,
again.
I'm kind of convinced that you ain't about to keep grouping me in there.
Nah, hold on. I couldn't
like,
hear you.
I'm just saying, like, just put that some. It's not all.
Yeah, some. Yeah, my bad, some. So
okay.
So my point of it all is if they had the common decency, which this is the crazy thing, even though Izzy did that wasn't the first woman. His situation different. There's been several women that I've looked out for who I could get more money out of, and they came respectful to me. Listen, I didn't know it was gonna cost this much. I ain't even got it, man. I really need that. Is there any way we could work something out? Can I pay you later? I'm sorry. I apologize. Moving is this, that, and the third. Yes, ma'am. You got it. You know what I mean? Don't even worry. How much you got? How much can you go get? All right, cool. Bet. And it could even be a finesse. But with the ability of women learning how to talk and use their femininity, use their words properly, and use being sweet to a man, it's cool. Back then, no, I was running a nigga business. You talk to me crazy and you call me out my name, you could spend $3,000 with me. I'm gonna call you a bitch back. Like, I'm gonna go off on you because I didn't know at that time. Like, yes, we're running a 6, damn near 7-figure business. I'm making hella money. Ask Izzy. No rap cap. Not bragging. The business is doing good. It's all about respect. Y'all gonna get way more, as people tell y'all, with honey than flies. Y'all, not you. Some women talk so crazy to men. There's a man on the other line. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for calling Atlanta Pro Move. Nigga, I'm not finna pay you nothing. All this money I'm paying, all I had was da-da-da. You start off with the rah-rah, and you're talking to me as a man. And then you have a whole man who'd have been in Iraq, I think Afghanistan, probably to put niggas to sleep, beat niggas up, and all this. And he comes back to me, bro, I ain't even finna argue with you. When I know if me and him get into it where it's going, and he got more respect for me than a woman who know I could break her neck with one hand. That's retarded that y'all act like this. All you got to do is be a woman. Most niggas are going to be sweet to a woman that's sweet to them, and we know we getting finesse. We know you finessing. I know she got some more money, but because she came at me the right way, I'm going to let it go. Let's tie it all back in. What is the solution to our community and why women just won't let their kids be seen by their fathers? What is the problem with just letting the kids?
Listen, the solution, I believe, what the real solution is, what would be the start of a chain reaction, is for more men who's able to articulate and be examples and have told, from boys to men. Like I'm hearing, Izzy talk, more community of men. If you gather up some young men that you see going the wrong direction and you are walking and talking, like you're being an example, you're going to get people, the younger generation of boys, young black boys, to follow you. So I believe if we have more community of black men that set examples and teaching these men how to lead, you know what I'm saying? Because if they show up like young men, naturally these women are going to submit. And that's when these women not going to be like, oh, well, you can't see your teeth. If we got responsible men that know that they're going to be there for a kid, whether they with us or not.
So are they going to stop?
So I believe the solution is more community, black community, men.
More men doing better. Izzy, what's your solution? Because God bless that.
I concur with her.
Okay. Well, we're not going nowhere. This community is going to stay exactly where it's at because ain't neither one of y'all got no solution. Y'all going off of ideal versus reality. This shit sounds retarded.
No.
Listen. First of all, it's not going. It's not going nowhere. Neither one of y'all have a solution. Y'all going with some. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
I don't realistically just listen to you talk like I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. You're saying that that's not a solution. Like, that's a legit solution.
It sounds good. In the reality
you gotta start somewhere. Why don't you start it at? Why don't you start a community of things like that?
Let me tell you this, right? It's only one Izzy and one Ed, right? And what y'all definitely not with, what y'all should be with, is polygamy, because I feel like I need 10 women because they'll all be
you're
good.
Going off track.
No, hold on. Just listen. I'm not going off topic. Just listen to me. There's not a lot of Izzy's out here, and there's not a lot of Eds out here. What you're saying is more men need to be like me and Izzy. That sounds good.
No, that's not.
Okay, go ahead.
That's not what I said.
Okay.
I said men like you and Izzy need to be the leaders of the guys that are not like you. So y'all can be the example. I didn't say more. You know, like y'all got to be the leaders of that.
We cool. Let me ask you a question, because Jesus couldn't do miracles in the city because they didn't believe. What do we do when people don't listen? Now, mind you, no disrespect to nobody. There's nobody in my family that listens to me. I don't care how much money I post, how much money I show, what kind of houses and cars. Nobody listens to me. What do I do when nobody listens to me? How can I help anybody when nobody listens? It's all about the money. It's all about the money.
Do you know how many people I know with money that their character is flawed as hell? I'm not listening to you. I just know you know how to make money. Teach me about character. Character don't trust any dollar amount.
You don't go to everybody for everything. You go to a financial advisor for finances. You go to a coach for character. You go to a physical trainer for physical. You're not going to go get worked out and learn education in finances from your physical trainer. Everybody has a different arena.
Everything starts with a mindset. Everything starts with the mind. If your mind is not shifted, if you're not able to change somebody's mind, I don't care what you put in front of them. It's not going to change.
Well, guess who loses? Guess who loses?
You got to change somebody's mind to even put them in a position to receive how to be financially.
But listen to this, cuz. Listen to this. Okay, that sounds great in theory, but guess what, cuz? Just hear me out. Even if they even if they don't listen, who loses? If they don't listen, if nobody changes their mindset, guess where the world is going to be? It's going to be exactly where it's at. It's not up to the men. No, it's not the blind leading the blind. It's the people that can see talking to the blind, and the blind telling me, nigga, I don't want to go here. This don't feel right, because that's a woman. It don't feel right.
Okay, so the people that can see providing tools, I'm gonna say I want to build this house. That's all. It's a what? Can you show me what do I need? A hammer? Do I need a screwdriver? What tools do I need, sir, to build this house?
So if I tell you you don't need no tools right now, what I need you to do is educate you on the whole general contracting process. And then a woman tells you, nah, I'm ready to build. You're not ready to build yet. You need to learn the fundamentals before you even pick a tool up. I need to teach you about all of the tools, and I need to teach you about what the tools do.
The foundation.
And I need to teach you before you even get in here. What test do you take first? The written test or the driving test when you take a test? Which one do you take first? I'm asking you,
but
Siobhan.
that atmosphere has to be the written test.
Okay. So this is the whole point with our women. They're not there yet. There's nothing Jesus could not do miracles in his hometown because of what? Their unbelief. I'll answer it for you. Because they didn't believe. Ain't nothing I could do if somebody don't believe in me. There's nothing. I don't care what answers I got. If you want to take a young lady and teach her how to do hair and she don't listen, are you going to forcefully make her learn how to do hair? If you talk to her nicely and calmly and show her that this is character building and she don't listen, and then if you use money and say, hey, you better take care of your family, and she don't listen, what options do you have?
So me, I work with kids. I work with teens. So it's about redirecting. When you see somebody, it's not like, okay, I understand why you're not receptive to what I'm putting down. Let me show you. And it's a gentle approach. It's redirecting. It's like, okay, you're veering off. You saying you want this, you're not going about it the right way. You got to be understanding to meet somebody where they're at. So you can wave a dollar like, hey, I'm gonna tell you how to get this money. Okay, but that you got to unlearn and then relearn. That's the written part.
Okay, so at the end of the day, I'm gonna let Angie jump in. I feel like this was a great conversation. I feel like there has to be a part two because I don't feel like we came up with a solution today. But Izzy, jump in and tell me your points, and then I'm gonna give y'all my last thoughts. And we're gonna wrap up, but then we're gonna chop it up afterwards, off air for Patreon. But go ahead and tell me what you think, Izzy.
I think you're right about us being better leaders as men. That's where it starts at. Everybody has an opinion, but they don't want to do the work in their own backyard.
Thank you.
If
Thank
you got
you.
kids around you, if you got whatever going on, and you ain't doing no work with your own community, with the own people around you, or all these podcasts speaking on stuff that they're not in. Unmarried people talking about marriage. We got to get there. We got to clean up our own backyard, and then we can help one another.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let me give y'all my final thoughts. I want y'all to stay on the phone if y'all available, if y'all have time, because once I end this show, I want to chop it up. But I'm going to do the final thoughts as I always do on the show. So y'all can mute y'all phones for a second because I don't want to hear y'all laughing. Final thoughts, man. What is the solution to our community? Will women listen to facts? At this present time, no. They're not ready to hear facts. They're not ready to hear data. They're still so emotionally involved that it doesn't matter. Their emotions outweigh even allowing a man to see his kids without going to court. Now, did she make her son's father go see him in court? No. But she agreed, like, hey, you should fight for your kid. In my humble opinion, I'm not necessarily going to fight for I hear this a lot from women. Don't get it twisted. I hear it from all women. You fight for everything else. You fight to get money. You fight to get these deals. You're not fighting to get your kid. Absolutely not, man. In my opinion. Now, there's a bunch of niggas in the system fighting to see their kid. My nigga who we just had differences on a job, on a rehab job. We had some differences. He got about 3 or 4 kids, and he just told me, and he don't mind me sharing, he had a mental breakdown. He was at his father's graveyard crying, drinking, telling he wanted to just go with him because he was so stressed out behind going to court. Women were calling the police on him when they would give him the kid. The grandmother would give him the kid, and they would call the police on him. He going to jail. He got kidnapping charges on his own kid. And you're telling me you want me to go through that? No, ma'am. You would go play cards with Tupac before I ever play in the court system anymore, nigga. You talking to a nigga who was just facing life in jail in 2020. Nigga, they told me life is what they can give me. You know what they told me the minimum was? They told me the minimum was 10 years up to life. And you think I'm finna go to court and fight about a little boy that I don't even know, a little girl that I don't even know? Yes, it's my legacy. Yes, I am not going to deplete my resources. I am not going to deplete my energy. Because after I get this kid, guess what's going to happen? I'm still going to have to continue to fight the mother of this kid. So my solution is this. Men, and I say this all the time, quit sleeping with these fucking hood rats, these retarded ass women. Quit sleeping with them. Do a background check before you sleep with them raw or even with a condom. We're doing the wrong thing and trying to do it the right way. This is why the Bible says wait until you get married to have sex. Sex is ruining a lot of our community to feel good for 2 to an hour. Who would salute to all you niggas that can sleep with a woman for an hour without no drugs, because I ain't doing it. Salute to all you niggas that could give a girl 2-3 rounds. Salute to you, because if you get more than a round out of me, salute. I ain't got it to do. I ain't got time for that shit, baby. I got a life. I got to hustle. I got to grind. What I want to see in our community is the mothers and fathers be together. Once you have a kid, for y'all to work that issue out, for y'all to lock in. And more importantly, women, y'all have a lot of influence over men. We do a lot for y'all. When y'all see us go get these nice cars, these big houses, these nice clothes, become something in life, that's because we want a quality woman to share it with. We don't want to share this shit just with ourselves. We don't want to raise our kids by ourselves. That's why the kid is better off being with the father than it is the mother. Because the mother is so delusional and hurt by her feelings and not being with that nigga, she would just say, the kid is better off with me. They don't care about the facts that that kid might die in the street. They don't care that their kid might turn out gay. They don't care that their kid might be fucking illiterate and can't read and write. They don't care that their kid might be emotionally unstable. They don't care the way that their kid turns out. They care more about proving to a nigga I didn't need you in the first place. That's what women are on. As men, we got to start from the beginning. Wait a minute. Her mama wasn't shit. Hold on, wait a minute. Her mama's mama wasn't shit. Wait a minute. There's no men in this family. I don't have the influence that I think I'm going to have on this woman. Knowing I know what I know, she's not going to give me the right in her life because she's never seen it. I don't need to sleep with her. So I agree with Siobhan. I agree with Izzy. Men, we got to be responsible before it even starts. They don't care that they're going to have to bear the responsibility of a child for the rest of their life if they sleep with a man. It's still the nigga's fault. I made a valid point. How many of us would sleep with women knowing it costs $10,000? Every time I get done sleeping with you, it's a possibility. Not 100%, but 50% chance that I got to spend $10,000. And if I don't have it, I go to jail. I'm going to find one woman. I'm going to nurture that woman. And I'm going to give my all to make sure that every time I sleep with her, it's not costing me $10,000. And I'm going to make sure I don't go to jail. Our women don't care. Fuck that nigga. This kid to be raised with me. I don't care how this kid turns out. I don't even care if the kid is retarded. This nigga going to see me do this because I'm a strong, black, independent woman. We talked about facts today. This is my blood cousin who I was raised around, and she allowed me to stay in her house before. This ain't nobody that I just met off the street. This my player partner who I say I had the privilege and he worked for me. These people's opinion matter to me. Their lives are important to me. Their stories are real. But we still have to come up with an all-conclusive solution. And the solution is only deal with people in your tribe. Deal with people who think like you and have your core values. There's no other solution. She think a certain way, he think a certain way. Them two think certain ways. I think a totally different way. I wouldn't be able to date somebody like my cousin because her thought process is her thought process. It don't mean she's a terrible woman. There's multiple tribes. I need to find a woman who understands. What I say, go. Nigga, this my program. You bow down to me. This how this shit go in real life. Oh, you're misogynistic. Call it massage or risk it, nisk biscuit, risk it, whatever you want to call it. This shit work what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to protect you with my life. I'm going to make sure that nothing happened to you. I'm going to make sure we live the best life. I'm going to introduce God into our lives that you're going to have some say-so in what I got going on. So tonight's episode was, are women able to accept the facts? No. We got to have another episode. This your boy King Ed, man. I'm signing off. Oh boy.